This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. I'm going to show you videos and pictures of Kuala Lumpur as I discuss why I believe it's a great place to consider for low-cost living, early retirement, if you'd enjoy living in a large, clean city in Southeast Asia. But don't write anything down as you listen. Everything I say is in writing at Vagabond Buddha with Google Map links. Just click the link in the notes below this YouTube video to get Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, livability factors, cost of living, best area to stay, best tours, cheapest flights, free walking tour video and map, best food experiences for digital nomads, and Kuala Lumpur facts and history, and our best travel or retire cheap in paradise locations in the world. This is my 2019 Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia Retire Early Cheap Guide. My earlier guide is now 3 years old, so it is time to update it. Here is my earlier guide, link provided in case you are curious. We just returned to Kuala Lumpur after a 16-month world tour. The link provided to that if you're interested in our world tour we just finished. We didn't go to every retire early in paradise country in the world on this tour, but there's another link here if you'd like to see my 2019 rankings of the best retire early in paradise locations in the world. This is your cheat sheet to early retirement. You can retire much earlier if you pick one of these places instead of retiring in the USA, Canada, or Europe. Since I love Kuala Lumpur, it should be no surprise that it is on my 2019 best retire early in paradise locations in the world. We are heading north in Malaysia in a few days. We'll stop in Chung Hoi's village in Malaysia before we cross into Thailand. Stay tuned for that post in a few days. If you'd like to learn how to live all over the world, possibly with less money than it costs at home, and how to make money online, grab a free copy of my ebook, link provided. Also, we make videos everywhere we go. If you'd rather watch videos than subscribe subscribe at our YouTube channel so you can see all our videos from around the world. Kuala Lumpur livability factors. We spent 5 weeks in Kuala Lumpur upon returning from our Retire Early World Tour. KL is Kuala Lumpur, which we call KL, is the largest city in Malaysia. KL is expensive compared to other areas of Malaysia, but the cost of living in KL is reasonable compared to many places around the world, such as the USA, Japan, China, Singapore, Canada, Europe. But a low cost of living is just the first question we ask when we decide whether to investigate the best retire early places. That's why I also consider my livability factors. Each factor is rated high, medium, or low, and then the overall desirability of a destination is considered. For example, walkability is high for Kuala Lumpur. That means high means good. This one will need an explanation. At first you may think this is a place you would need to have a car, but there are several neighborhoods in KL where you could live without ever having to get in a car. 3 examples would be the Petronas Towers area, Bukit Bintang area, and Bangsar. In fact, there is even a covered air-conditioned walkway between the Petronas Towers and Bukit Bintang. You can also take the subway from the Petronas Towers to Bukit Bintang, and there's free buses all around the Bukit Bintang area and Pavilion and the Petronas Towers. Once in any of these areas, you are only walking distance to all the necessities like movies, malls, restaurants, from super expensive to super cheap. Plus, KL has an amazing transportation system that you can access using Google Maps. You could easily live here without buying a car. Internet. Hi, Kuala Lumpur has fairly decent internet speeds. I used the AT&T speed test on the wireless router in our Airbnb, and it registered 19 megabits per second down and 1.46 megabits per second upload with 120 milliseconds latency. It works fine for Skype video and uploading YouTube videos. Okay, food. Hi. On average, groceries are about 30% cheaper than the USA, Alcohol, beer, and wine is easily double the USA prices, but there's a huge tax on alcohol here. But food is cheap. We stayed in the Jalan Ampang area of KL in M City. There's a high-end village grocery in the building here, and we shop there if we need something quick. But if we are shopping for a few days worth of groceries, we shop at either of these two grocery stores that have lower prices and are almost as good in terms of selection. Store 1, Store 2, links provided. Weather, high. This might be my favorite weather in the world, but I like heat. March and April have the highest average temperatures, 33 Celsius or 91 Fahrenheit. January is the coolest month, averaging 23 Celsius and 74 Fahrenheit. But the daily average is fairly consistent, running from 27 Celsius which is 81 Fahrenheit, up to 28 Celsius, which is 83 Fahrenheit, and that's a year-round average. The rainy season is October through December, March and April, when it averages about 10 inches or 290 millimeters per month. So all around it's nice weather. Things to do, hi. If you're interested in city life, Kuala Lumpur has everything you will need. There's a symphony here, live music, performing arts center. There are literally hundreds of great restaurants. Kuala Lumpur has an amazing international airport, so all of Southeast Asia and the world is a reasonably priced flight away. Social considerations. It seems that everywhere you go here, people speak English. It was a former English colony, and they continue to teach English in school. The main language is called Malay. There are three major ethnic groups here: Malay, Chinese, and Indian. All three groups speak their ethnic languages, and most speak at least some English. The people are very friendly and nice. I don't believe you'll face any additional challenges because you are a foreigner. In fact, it's more likely you'll be favored in my experience. Real estate, you can buy 2 and 3 bedroom condos starting for around 400,000 ringgit, which is about 100,000 USD. But if you want to be in one of the 3 neighborhoods I'm recommending for in the walkability section above, you'll have to pay 2 or 3 times that much. The weird thing is that the rents are so low here that it might be smarter to rent than to buy. The place we are in rents for about 700 per month and sells for about 250,000 USD. If you keep the 250 USD in the market instead and average 6% return, you'll make twice as much in the market as the rent you would save by buying. So it makes more sense to rent. Plus, I don't recommend buying until you've been here for at least 2 years. If you're finding any value here, could you please like this video, comment, share, or subscribe, or come to the webpage and subscribe? Your act of kindness will move us up in Google and YouTube search rankings so our business grows faster. Thank you in advance for your help. Okay, Kuala Lumpur overall desirability score, I would say high. I could see myself living in Kuala Lumpur. In fact, I've probably lived here on average 3 or 4 months per year over the last 3 to 4 years since I met Cheng Hoi. She's from this area. The costs are 50% higher than other parts of Malaysia, but everywhere else in Malaysia feels a little rural for me. Also, most of Malaysia feels a little conservative for my taste, whereas KL is more open-minded and accepting of diverse ideas and less surprised by it. Please subscribe to Vagabond Buddha or our YouTube channel to find out all the best places to live or visit around the world. I've been to 65 countries so far. I started in 2007. I'll continue to tell you all about it if you'll subscribe. Okay, Kuala Lumpur cost of living. The below cost of living numbers are an integration of my experience and 𝐕𝐚𝐠𝐸. It's a web page. However, if significant inflation occurs or time passes after this post, this 2019 post, then update my below numbers using 𝐕𝐚𝐸. Okay, we negotiated a 1-month rate on a beautiful Airbnb apartment in an amazing location for under $25 per day, which is about $700 a month. You can get a Airbnb, a 1-bedroom apartment with a lease here for about that much, maybe a little cheaper depending on neighborhood, or a little more expensive. Hostels are about $7 per day. High-end restaurants, $12 10 to 15. Neighborhood restaurants are about $4. These, by the way, these are in US dollars I'm quoting you. The subway or a bus is about 25 cents, and a taxi or Uber's $3 to $5 depending on how far you're going. It's actually not called Uber here, it's called Grab. And so if you take those numbers and you multiply them by the number of times you're going to need each of these expenses, Kuala Lumpur has a amazingly low daily rate and monthly rate for a large city like this. It ranges from about $500 to $1,200, $1,300 per month. The above numbers are for one person. They do not include alcohol, tours, or extras. I do not guarantee these prices for anyone, and there's a link here explaining how the table works. You can come see these cost of livings and see how much they are. Please book using our links to recommended flights, tours, or accommodations. You'll pay nothing extra, but we will earn a small commission. Your kindness will encourage us to keep making these travel guides and videos. Okay, best area to stay in Kuala Lumpur. There's 3 areas that I recommend staying when you come to Kuala Lumpur, and I've stayed in all 3. Your first stay here should be in Bukit Bintang, Petronas Towers area, or the Bangsar area. I've marked where to stay on the map here on the web page. I also just click the link below this YouTube video to see these maps. I've also made a recommendation below at each price point. The following recommendations go from most to least expensive. After that, I'll tell you where we stayed. Here are the recommended places. For high, it's a beautiful hotel. Medium, an apartment in a great area. Or low, a hostel near Bukit Bintang for about $7 a night. So 7 to 25 is the range. We stayed in an Airbnb apartment, link provided for a month when we were here in Kuala Lumpur. I do not recommend paying the quoted rate when you're staying in for a month in an Airbnb apartment. We made significantly lower offers on 10 different properties, and one of our favorite properties accepted our offer. If you're new to Airbnb, use this link provided for a big discount. Last time I checked, it was about $50. If you're enjoying this, could you please like it, share it, comment, or subscribe? That will rank us higher in search engines. Okay, cheapest flights to Kuala Lumpur. We almost always get our cheapest flights on Skyscanner. They have a web crawler that is constantly looking for the cheapest prices all over the world. As usual, we found the cheapest flights to Kuala Lumpur on Skyscanner, link provided. And please use the link. We make a small commission. It won't cost you any more, but that's partly how we pay for our travels. And so thank you in advance. Okay, best guided tours of Kuala Lumpur. There are 2 tour sources I recommend in Kuala Lumpur. These are tour aggregators, which means almost anybody can put their tours on these. So in addition to price, you should see how many reviews a tour has and read the customer's comments before deciding which tour is best. You should also check both links that I'm providing here before making a final decision. Sometimes you will find significant savings on any given day for a similar tour quality. Okay, the 10 best tours in Kuala Lumpur and top tours in Kuala Lumpur, links provided here on the web page. Just click the link below the YouTube video and come take a peek. Kuala Lumpur must-see free tour, self-guided. Here is the order you should see the Kuala Lumpur free must-see tour map with the locations, Google Map. But you don't need a car to do this. Just follow the below directions below the map to get to each destination. We use public transportation and grab.com taxi, Malaysia's version of Uber. Okay, above is a video of our Kuala Lumpur free must-see tour. The video discusses each stop on the tour, and the below links will take you to each. The video and the below instructions are free. Make sure to buy a Malaysian hot link SIM card for your smartphone at the airport when you land. Then you can use all of these links in Kuala Lumpur to save time and money. But don't be an idiot and pay roaming fees that cost 20 times as much. Get the SIM card at the airport. Okay, 𝐵𝐷2 is the first stop on our free tour. Take a grab car to the 𝐵𝐷2 for about $6 or 24 ringgit, depending on where you are in the city. You can also ride a commuter train link provided if you're near any of the stops on the way to 𝐷𝐸𝐿 Caves. Then it'll only be about 60 cents per person. The 𝐷𝐸𝐿 Caves temple complex consists of 3 main caves and a few smaller ones. The biggest, referred to as Cathedral Cave or Temple Cave, has a very high ceiling and features ornate Hindu shrines. Visitors must climb 272 steps to reach the top. For sure, check out our must-see video. Come to the webpage and watch that. It's a spectacular video of this must-see tour I'm describing right now. Okay, Petronas Towers. From the back 2 caves, take a grab car to Petronas Towers. Walk around the gorgeous park behind the towers called 𝐂𝐻 Park. In the evening, there's a light show for the water fountains. You can also buy tickets there to get to the top of the towers, $20 per person. If you just want a great spot to take a picture of the towers, stop at this rooftop bar for happy hour, and it's right next to the towers. You'll get a better picture of the towers than you could if you're standing on the towers. Catch a movie in the English on the top floor of the fashion mall between the towers called 𝐸𝐴 𝐾LCC. If you decide to stay in this neighborhood, there are 2 full-size grocery stores in the basement of this fashion mall. I'm not recommending the TV tower near Petronas. The view is better from Petronas. Okay, Pavilion. You should walk the air-conditioned covered path from 𝐂𝐻 Park to the Pavilion, the 3rd stop on the tour. As you walk out of 𝐸𝐴 𝐾LCC onto the 𝐂𝐻 Park, turn right at the water fountain and walk straight about 100 meters. Go through glass doors and start walking and watching for signs that say Pavilion or Bukit Bintang. Your first time you will feel lost, so just ask anyone as you go, which way to the Pavilion? The Pavilion's a gorgeous shopping mall and surrounding neighborhood with amazing food, nightlife, and entertainment. Once you're done at the Pavilion, come to Changkat, Bukit Bintang. You can also take the same air-conditioned covered path a little further and it'll get you to Bukit Bintang. You will already have noticed the signs for Bukit Bintang during your walk from the towers to Pavilion. You can also take the purple bus from Pavilion to Bukit Bintang if you prefer to ride an air-conditioned free bus. Just look for the purple bus near the front entrance to the Pavilion. Ask anyone if you get lost. Once the purple bus, it is 2 stops from the Pavilion to Bukit Bintang. While in Bukit Bintang, you must see the street food market at night and try some food and desserts, link provided. You must also walk in the party area after 10 p.m. to see the nightlife in Changkat. There is also a great electronics market in Bukit Bintang, link provided, if you need a deal on something electronic. Also, you can walk from Pavilion to the electronics market to Bukit Bintang. They're all quite close, link provided. To get to the next stop, after Bukit Bintang, the next stop is Chinatown. Just jump back on the purple bus and go 6 stops to the Pasar Seni stop. Free buses map here. Just come to the webpage, you'll see the map and all the stops. Note, these are just the free buses in Kuala Lumpur. There's also an entire separate public transportation system that you will find on Google Maps just by clicking the rail icon above the destination search box. Just put in a destination, click the rail, and it'll tell you how to get there using public transportation from wherever you are in the city. Okay, now we're in Chinatown. The main attractions in Chinatown are the Hindu temple and the 2 Chinese temples. Links provided here on the webpage. You also must eat and shop in the Chinatown walking street in the evening. Okay, last stop on the tour, Bangsar Baru. You should also visit the upscale Bangsar Baru area of Kuala Lumpur. You'll find mostly 20-somethings partying in the Bukit Bintang area, and there is a slightly older and classier group that visits Bangsar Baru at night, more 30s and 40s. There are also a bunch of great restaurants in Bangsar Baru. You can take the rail to Bangsa Brew from Chinatown, link provided, or get a Grab car. Okay, nearby destinations. There are a number of day trips or long weekend trips and extended trips with short flights, buses or trains from Kuala Lumpur, of different places you can go. And I have a separate post about that. Just come to the webpage, click that link called Nearby Destinations to see that. Okay, digital nomads in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Here are our best food experiences in Kuala Lumpur on this visit. We loved this place. It's called Thai Chala, great and fairly priced food. The owner is Thai, so it's no wonder things are good. They also happen to be friends of ours. It's called Thai Chala, link provided. Also, Korea Gomone, I don't know how to say that, forgive me if I slaughtered it, but there's a Korean food place we love in Ampang Point. Love this place. We try to eat there at least once a week. It's right near M City where we stay when we're in town here. Okay, Vagabond Buddha's Kitchen. By the way, there's links to all this stuff I'm mentioning. We cook the rest of our meals at home in our Airbnb kitchen. I already discussed our favorite grocery stores above under livability factors. So we keep buying food there and cooking at home. I love to cook. Okay, grab a free copy of my ebook. You'll learn how to save and earn money living internationally. Okay, finally, Kuala Lumpur facts and history. Here's some interesting facts about Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, according to Wikipedia. I'm here in KL now as I share these facts with you. Kuala Lumpur is the capital and the largest city in all of Malaysia with over 7 million people within the metro area. Kuala Lumpur is the cultural, financial, and economic center of Malaysia. It's also home to the Parliament of Malaysia and the official residence of the Malaysian King. Kuala Lumpur is the 10th most visited city in the world. Those are 2017 statistics. And has 3 of the world's 10 largest shopping malls. Kuala Lumpur has been ranked the 70th most livable city in the world and the 2nd most livable city in Southeast Asia after Singapore. During World War II, Kuala Lumpur was captured by the Japanese from 1942 to 1945. I should say Malaysia, not just Kuala Lumpur. The wartime occupation of the area resulted in significant loss of lives. About 5,000 Chinese were killed in Kuala Lumpur in just a few weeks of the occupation. Thousands of Indians were sent as forced labor to work on the Burma Railway, where a large number died. The British occupation ended when the Malaysian flag was raised for the first time in Padang in 1957. Race riots broke out in Kuala Lumpur in 1969, violent conflicts that took place between members of the Malay and Chinese communities. Malays were dissatisfied with their socio-political status. 196 people died during the violence and led to major changes in the country's economic policy. The Malay majority has since promoted and prioritized Malay citizen economic development over that of the other ethnicities. The city remains as the economic and business hub in the country. Kuala Lumpur is a center for finance, insurance, real estate, media, the arts. Kuala Lumpur is rated as an Alpha World City and is the only global city in Malaysia according to Globalization and World Cities Study. If you're interested in the subject of present moment awareness, my videos on that subject are now being posted at my new Present with Vagabond Buddha YouTube channel. The older videos are on the Vagabond Buddha channel's Presence playlists, and you can find those by clicking the word Presence on vagabondbuddha.com. I started living internationally over 12 years ago. If you'd like to learn how to make money online and how to live internationally, possibly with less money than you spend at home, please subscribe to Vagabond Buddha, our YouTube channel, or get a free copy of my ebook. This is Dan of Vagabond Buddha. Thank you for stopping by. The world is your home. What time will you be home for dinner?